Joy, joy, joy. It's an unusual theme and topic for many of us to be discussing this month, particularly because there is going to be many a moment, I imagine, because I've experienced it myself, where we feel within these changing, uncertain times so far away from our joy. But firstly, it's really hugely valuable and important to start to remember, to define and refine, what does joy actually feel like, look like, sound like in your life? And when you're going through stressful, uncertain, changing times, is there a resistance to finding, igniting, and creating moments of joy? I find that joy, when it's taken away from this idea of happy, is a very grounded, centered sensation inside of myself that I like to call my place. Would you like to go there with me? Let's do that again as we breathe in and out. Sometimes it's the simplest things. Connecting with a moment of friendship, of social connection, of purpose, of potential, of creative energy. Whatever it is that brings you a sensation, a feeling of joy, I invite you to start to welcome more moments of this right now. Over the years, I've been taught that my joy, I've been told actually, can be really annoying. And I used to take it so personally. I used to think that there was something wrong with me. And then what I started to uncover and discover was, if someone is feeling so far away from their joy, when they see it, feel it, sense it, or just have a visualization of it being true, it can be quite jarring. And so I realized over the years not to diminish, not to shut down my joy and the way that I emanate love in this world, because it's who I was born to be. Now, joy doesn't even need to be a loud, pushing outward expression. You can feel the most divine joy in a moment of stillness, in that deep, as you feel into, connect into your body. But it requires a giving of permission and a knowing that along the way, the choices and the decisions that you make may not always align with those around you, and sometimes might shake up a little their beliefs about the world, their life, their relationships. And so doing it from a place of deep pride of who you are on the earth and your expression of joy is when the ripple effect of this can be contagious. This is the gift when we're in a grounded, centered, within ourselves pride of who we're being, joy in that way. It's contagious. I hope that in this moment in time, you can feel my joy. I just had the most amazing conversation with one of the ladies who's booked into the upcoming soul coaching certification. And if that brings you joy, that feeling, that calling, that knowing that you could be creating huge positive impact in the world and in people's lives, then definitely book in an application call. And then I also had a call with one of the empowering teams who's a part of one of our projects that we're doing, this team-led movement. And it made me realize how much joy I get from supporting people to make massive catalytic transformation in the world and in our lives, in starting very small ways, from looking at our own actions and habits, and then the ripple effect of that. I know over the years I've had to learn, uncover, and discover where is my joy most prominent, most free, most liberated and wild. And so I invite you this month to feel into, to remember back to those moments in your life where you felt joy for no reason, at all, simply because your existence on this earth matters. And if you can't remember, let us start this month to be an investigator of what brings you uninhibited joy, expression, love, and what does it actually feel like in your cells. When you start to remember even what joy feels like, when you visualize those moments in time, those connections maybe with people that you love, your body doesn't know the difference between thinking something and actually experiencing it. So remembering all of this, welcoming and inviting more of this feeling of joy will ignite more of it from within, and let us be those people on the earth that know that if there's going to be a contagion, let us continue for it to be joy, love in every moment that is possible and probable. As many of you know, I talk very openly as well about the fact that this is not an expectation for you to feel joy in every single moment, because quite often within this industry and this work, we can start to then feel judgmental, critical, even shame or guilt when we have those shadow moments of sadness, of disappointment, of regret, of overwhelm. But imagine if from a place of love and acceptance, we can even find joy when those sacred emotions are moving through us in those moments as well. Deep joy comes from loving and accepting all parts of our humanness, and knowing as a sacred observer that different experiences in life are going to bring up different emotions. So how can we start to be more loving, more kind in all of the stresses of the moments of life that these are bringing? Today is simply an invitation to let you know that joy is your most natural birthright. So this month, may you dedicate, schedule in, prioritise some moments of joy, starting to get curious, get that reticular activating system on board to ask yourself, how can I embody more joy in my life, in the world, from this moment forward? Wishing you the most joyous of months and just sending you huge, huge love. Mwah! Over and out.